I want to talk about being too agreeable for a minute because it's something my father deeply ingrained in me over the course of my childhood. My father proved himself to be a very intimidating, violent man who responded to adversity and competition with violence. I had one brother who was beaten the most by my father for not eating his food. Because I saw my brother not follow the rules as I saw it, he didn't eat his food the way he was supposed to. I internalized that I always had to follow the rules. I could not be a rule breaker because before me was a display of what happens to rule breakers. My brother was a rule breaker, which resulted in his getting beaten violently. And it was horrifying, and it made me really fear my father. And it made me want to be nothing but agreeable. It made me afraid to compete with him or to defy him. It made me afraid to defy him. And I took on this habit my entire life of being extremely agreeable, of just agreeing with my father, laughing at his jokes, not opposing him, staying on his good side as much as I was able to. And I was really afraid to have my own personality for a long time because I saw personality as a variable which could potentially land me in a really bad situation. If I became too much of my own person, that own person might defy my father. It might compete with his authority. And I did not want to call upon that wrath. So I stopped having my own personality and often would just be a very hollow, empty, agreeable person. And it's a habit that I've maintained in my own life, and I've noticed it mainly in conversation with strangers. It's very hard to get into a conversation thoroughly, to lose myself in the back and forth in the talk, to respond with my own opinions or my own observations to what someone else is saying. Oftentimes, if I'm talking to a stranger, someone who I'm not fully acquainted with, someone who I'm not used to talking to regularly, when they're speaking, they'll be telling me something. They'll go on, and I'll have this impulse to just nod. And more, I have an impulse the moment that they're done with a sentence or a thought, I just want to inject a, yep, oh right, yeah. Oh, I know. I have this lineup, this roster of affirmations, and it's the only thing I want to contribute to a conversation with a stranger. I just want to affirm what they're saying, and it's such an itch in me. It's really hard for me to do anything else. It's not even so much a politeness thing, because I understand there's something polite about trying to agree with someone, to validate their opinions and their thoughts, to let them know that they're not just speaking gibberish. Of course, it's good to give someone feedback in a conversation, let them know they're saying something that makes sense or isn't just entirely ridiculous. But with me, it's not so much a politeness thing as it is, I'm afraid to do anything else. I'm afraid to say anything real or substantive. I get afraid to be myself. It's this toxic agreeability that has been in me since I was a kid, and it's very hard to break. The thing is, though, people don't even like it so much. People don't like agreeable people. They don't like people who are just there to be yes men. It's very boring and aggravating, I'm sure. People want to talk to real people. People want to express themselves and in return receive other unique expression. People like to share ideas. If you're just an agreeable person who lays on your stomach for whoever's talking, it's a one-sided conversation, and nobody enjoys a one-sided conversation unless you're just a total narcissist and you like to hold people hostage, but nobody likes a one-sided conversation. And that's something, it's a realization that's made it easier for me. Though I've not gotten over it entirely, it's made it much easier to actually engage in conversation with people instead of just being this limp, lifeless, agreeable dummy the way my father wanted me to be, I've realized it's not actually polite to the rest of the world to do that, because the average normal person, if they converse with you, they want to reel back and forth. They don't want to just say things and receive the yes, yep, right, oh yeah, mm-hmm. If that's all your input, then it's not a conversation, and they're not going to enjoy that. So just for the sake of being more considerate to other people, and to even having conversations that other people enjoy, it's necessary to stop being so agreeable. Just nothing wrong with being nice or polite, but this automatic itch to just agree with everyone, it's not healthy, and it's not enjoyable for anyone involved. The only person who ever wanted me to be that way was my father, and my mother, for that matter. But they're not exactly around anymore. Where are they? I don't see them. They're not here. They're not here anymore. They haven't been for a year. So it's not a habit that it's necessary to have anymore. It was one of these habits I adopted just for the sake of survival in my family. Now that I'm gone, it serves no purpose. And so I'm just trying to realize people like people. People don't like empty vessels. People don't like agreeable, lifeless dolls. People like people. They like ideas and personalities. And it's not as though I don't have a personality to offer the world, but it's that I've been afraid to offer my personality for years because the people in my family did not want it, and it threatened their authority. So this urge to be agreeable has to go. To make friends, to be a more complete person, to be a more likable person. Agreeability, instant, automatic agreeability, it can't stay. It has to go. So that's the video. Peace out.